여기 이렇게 오늘의 아침입니다.
Yeah. How lucky you! Yeah, just this is your view.
$65
for here.
For Turkey.
See how much you already saved.
Yeah. But I need a visa to go to China.
Yeah, but still need a visa to go to Korea. And the people were selling their kidney to buy the iPhone. You know the story?
Really? No. It's a real story?
It's a real story. When the young person, when the iPhone just come, it was quite expensive. But the young person, they want to have something to show off or something. So they selling their kidney. Really, they do the surgery and they sell it. It's very cheap. They sell very cheap. The tea is very cheap. They sell only like 1,000 or 2,000 USD per one. They still keep one to let them alive. Because he know the story. He know the story that the Chinese person. Yes.
Yeah.
He make the joke that he said when the new iPhones come, he said I wish the Chinese person have another kidney for this new iPhone. He know the story.
Really?
Yeah. And the funny thing is now they have iPhone X Max, right? The screen is like a heart. They make the advertising like a heart, and the Chinese people make a fun. They said, should I sell you my heart? Because it's very expensive now. It's like 1,200 something per one.
Wow.
In China, they're selling this price, but the screen is like it's like Earth, but it's kind of like a heart. Now the kidney not enough anymore. We need to selling the heart to get the iPhone.
Here? This is the heart.
Yes.
Where's the heart?
I mean, it's like kind of like a heart. Look like a heart. Do you see? Do you see the shape?
Yes.
See, this one is like like half heart like this. Kind of like a heart. This part.
This part?
Yeah, kind of like a heart shape. If you put the human heart with this iPhone together, it's a one heart. So they made the fun of picture.
중국에서 젊은 친구들이 아이폰을 사려고 신장을 팔았대요. 이번에 나온 아이폰이 굉장히 비싸잖아요. 그러면서 이런 농담을 한다고 합니다. 이제 심장을 팔으라는 거냐고. 네, 이 모양이 심장 같다면서. Someone said she hide the money or something and she make a fake, contract.
Everybody is doing it.
Huh?
In Turkey, everybody is doing that. Nobody is going to prison.
But she says like a richest star in China, and they just want to let another star know that if you do this, you just kill one. You say like that.
But without any notice.
Didn't make any explanation.
No. Not at all.
So we don't know also where she arrested or for how long. So we have no idea. So all the news is coming like that. Don't know where is she.
Same thing, yeah.
Okay.
For example, and the government tells to the media, don't talk about the earthquake, and nobody will know about the earthquake.
It's same with China then. It's same with China. If the bad things happen, they don't really show on the news. Every day they wash your brain. How good we are. And early the China is the safest country ever in the world.
They always tell about the digits. $1,250,000 our money. We have a lot of money. We are very rich. Oh, numbers. Go away.
And you said, where's the money?
Where's the money? Why that?
Why my pocket is nothing?
They say that in Turkey the average income is like $10,000.
Like
$10,000, yeah. But nobody's getting this money. Maybe 2,000, 3,000. Where is my money? Where is my $7,000?
Just 7,000.
For example, they say we made 2 million meters of the roads. But why are you telling this to us in the TV? Why? Every day.
Every day. Really?
Yeah, every day. They say we made 25 airports. okay, you have to do it because we are paying you taxes to do something. But why are you telling this to us every day?
Every day.
This is, I mean, yeah, every time one of the president or minister goes to the media in the TV, they start about digits, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million. This is their new style to express.
Yes. It seems like China is like
Impress
give
people.
you the good things and just imagine how good, how lucky you are as a Chinese.
And when you talk with the numbers, people believe you.
Yes.
For example, if you say, I saw some people in the street, they say, some, we never. But if you say, I have seen 11 people in the street, people will believe you.
Yeah.
So the government use this. They always talk with the numbers. You don't know if it is good or not. For example, they say 1,356,000 blah blah blah, and you don't know if it is good or not. Maybe less, maybe more. But you say there are numbers, so it must be a good thing.
Yeah. People believe numbers.
Yeah.
The statistics. So they started to name everything. 15th of July, National Brotherhood and Bravery. For example, street or school, university, bridge. They name everything 15th July, National blah blah. And that's why there's a joke about this storm. What shall we name this storm? 15th July, National blah blah storm. You stay 21 years in prison. They said, okay, only one of 3, only 7 years. And if you are a good guy, I will release you 2 years before, so you will sleep only 5 years in the prison.
Because
Because there's not enough space in the prison, and there are new people to come to prison. Now, in the prison, for example, there's a room for, let's say, 8 people. But there are at least 15 people in this room. They are sleeping in the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They are sleeping by turning. It's your turn.
To sleep on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Especially after the military coup, military coup attempt, they put everybody into the prisons.
And do you guys have the rule of that, like kill?
No.
So
We used to have, but after 90s, after 90 there was before, but they were not using a lot. Yeah, in the first years they used it a lot, especially for, there was war crimes, there was war. In the war crimes they used it, or for the rebels, they used it. In 80s they used against the socialist young people, university students, etc. They killed some of them, but they didn't use it a lot. And after 99, after the leader of PKK, Abdullah Öcalan, was arrested. Do you know PKK?
I don't know. I
The-
think
The Kurdish illegal party.
I know the Chinese name. I don't know the English name.
What's the- Kurdish Workers' Party.
Okay.
This Kurdish Workers' Party is an illegal militants party fighting in the mountains, Kurdistan mountains, against Turkish army. Its leader and founder is Abdullah Öcalan, and it was arrested in 1999. And after that, Europe said you shouldn't kill, you shouldn't give anyone death penalty.
Yes.
So there was an agreement between the states, and Turkey had to sign it. So after that, we don't have death penalty in our law. Sometimes they kill. The police kill in the street.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Or they
Situation.
make torture in the police station. Or sometimes they say some people committed suicide in the prison. But how? In the prison, they killed themselves. How? They with their pants.
yeah.
They hang
hang up,
themselves.
yeah.
But most of them are not very believable. Some of them are lies.
So
they kill and then they hide.
Yeah.
You guys don't complain about government, do you? Yeah.
We
Yesterday.
don't?
Yeah, you told me yesterday.
We don't complain.
Yeah.
do you complain?
No, it's
Sorry, I complain, but we cannot record it. So, some journalist asked someone, can you tell me a bit about freedom of expression in Turkey? And the guy says, no, I cannot, because if I talk about it, I will go to prison.
In China as well. So, but we cannot record.
No, I mean, I'm a public person, so I can tell
You're a public
anything.
person, really?
Yeah. I mean, I can talk anything.
Yeah, I
If they want to take me to prison, they can do it anytime. They don't need any clues. So I'm not afraid. I mean, people are not complaining about the government because they don't think that the reason why we are poor, why we are unhappy, they don't think that the reason is the government. They always look for another reason. For example, the USA, Russia, Armenia, Greece, they are our enemies and they don't like us, that's why we are poor. But of course, some countries will not like you because countries are sometimes friends, sometimes they are enemies, strategic friends, etc. So every country has enemies. So that mustn't be a real reason why we are poor, why we are unhappy. But Turkish people really believe in this. If anything happens, if anything bad happens, the government says, this is the work of outer countries, foreign countries. This is a game of USA, it's a game of Iraq, or blah blah. And people believe in it. If the government says, this is a trick of China, they'll say, oh, fucking Chinese, they made earthquake in our country. The storm is coming from Greece. This is why. I mean, or if they cannot find any other enemy, they say, this is the work of the God. So this is an exam for us. We have to be very patient. We mustn't complain about it. We have to be patient, and then we go to the heaven. But nobody asks why. Can it be a work of the government? Because there is a government, we chose them, we voted for them, and maybe they are not doing their job good. That's why we are poor. Nobody thinks about it.
But
Maybe
why?
sometimes they say because they believe in God. I mean, and they believe in nation state. They believe in militarism. They are militarist, nationalist. They are. I mean, if you believe in something, it's not like science. I mean, believing is not like science. If you are believing in science, if you are a a modern person, you know, you look for reasons. You know that every result has a reason. But if you believe in God or something like God, you say we don't have to look for reasons. This is the work of God. So if you think like this, I mean, if the rain is raining, if it's raining, it's about the clothes about the heat, about the water, a lot of things. But the believer says, God sent us rain. Oh, why didn't God send us rain? Let's pray for God and He sends us rain. No, God will not send. If you heat the water and then it will be clothed and then, but believers don't like this.
Yeah.
It's also the same thing in the politics, not only in the nature things.
Yeah.
First is because the amount is not really much, and the third is second is the price is too high. And for the people who really eat the pistachios, they are from like Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, or this kind of like a bit rich cities. Like for the a bit like another side of like Suzhou or something, or like another side of cities, not really, or like more far city, like a bit poor than the Beijing or Shanghai something. They don't really many pistachios. So I said that this is a market.
So you told me the America is first.
So what happened last night with Lira? It was very job. And I know that time a lot of Chinese person come here to shop in the luxury brand.
Yeah.
because it's like
A lot of things happened in Turkey the last 4 years, let's say 4 years. Beginning from Gezi Park protests, and then elections, and then the war, Syria, and the war between Turkish army and Kurdish militants, and then another election, and then referendum, a lot of elections and military coup, military coup attempt, and state of emergency started in Turkey, and it lasted 2 years. And Turkey had problems with the politics in Syria.
Yeah.
I mean, they had problems with Syria, with Russia, with Iran, with USA, and they couldn't get good with USA. I mean, USA wants something in Syria, but Turkey doesn't want the same things because Turkey say, kill the Kurds, kill the Kurds. I want to kill the Kurds. I don't want Kurds here. And USA
Kurds?
say,
What is Kurds?
Kurdish people.
Kurdish, yeah.
Kurds. And USA say, I need Kurds to fight against ISIS.
Ah.
Yeah. So they are fighting very good. Why not using them? So they didn't have the same politics, so they got some like enemies in this politics in Syria. Turkey got near to Russia and Iran. So Trump didn't like this. I mean, USA didn't like this. So they started to have some problems, in a lot of things. And the last thing was the arrest of a priest, American priest in Turkey. And Trump tweeted some things, only one word: we don't have good relations with Turkey.
Yeah,
That,
I saw the Twitter.
That was the down of Turkish lira.
I saw
the world economy is on USA mostly. I mean.
Yeah, that is
when Trump, if you are linked, if your economy is linked to USA, so when Trump says something, your economy gets down or up.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's we also saw the news, and we saw the Trump was post the things on the Twitter. We don't have good relation with the Turkey at this moment. He's like a kid, Everything he will write down on the Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reason that the life was going job, and also there have another reason. But that is too much. Even in 1 day or 2 days, it's like going job a lot.
Yeah. Every day it's losing 1 to 3% value, and now it's getting a little good.
Oh, really? I can think about it tomorrow.
After trying to tweet it, it's $1 became 7 lira, from 4 liras to 7 lira.
Wow.
But now it's 6. It's 6 lira.
Okay. I come
And
late.
if they release the price, maybe it will become 550.
Yeah.
But of course, it's not only about Trump. It's also because the Turkey's import, export, production. Turkey is not producing anything. They are only producing buildings. Everywhere buildings. But buildings, we cannot eat buildings.
Yeah.
They are importing everything that can be produced in this country. Because
Pistachios.
Huh?
Pistachios. The nuts. The nuts. Pistachios. That's the things in Turkey they are import to the.
Yeah.
That's what I'm come for.
Really?
And China also, you charge us, and we're gonna increase your tax as well. So we increase them. They increase us to 20. Like if something from China go to American, we have to pay 20% of tax. So China said no way, and we gonna increase 25. So if things from American to China is 25% per one.
지나가는데 어떤 터키 친구가 와가지고 너네 너무 이쁘다고 너는 너무 이쁘다고 사진 좀 같이 찍자고 해서 찍었는데 그러면서 BTS 이야기했거든요. BTS는 완벽하다고. 여기 오면 많은 분들이 이렇게 환영해 줄 거예요.